Imagine school's over and you expect your mother to come pick you up, but your neighbor comes instead. You get home and find lots of strange faces. You look for your mother, but she's nowhere to be found. You try to understand the look on people's faces, why some even had tears rolling down their cheeks. You become a little scared, but my fear grew even bigger when a visitor told me my mother was no more. That day, my emotions took the best of me, and several other days, I became a shadow of myself. I couldn't imagine living a better life without her love. My mother's death became my greatest fear. When it rained, she protected me enough, knowing that someday I'll have to stand up strong and tough. I cried after school, especially when I see my friends being picked up by their mothers. Though they were caregivers, it was yet still burdensome. Assigning caregivers' duties, attending to my younger sister, attending to schoolwork, religious obligations, and still having a me time. There were times I broke down and had to deal with this alone because I bottled in a lot of pain and never shared them with anyone. As I went through life as a young girl without mother's love again, I made sure that my circumstances did not set me back. I thrived to be enlisted on the academic honors roll. I loved sports, and so I made sure I was on the school's athletic team and did all I could to stay out of trouble, at least to save my dad of the stress of unnecessary conversations. Though sometimes my peers would mock me for not being at their level, I didn't let that set me back. Don't break down, don't let them get to you, so I would say to myself. However, my story started to change when my teacher asked me why there was no one to represent me at a parents' teachers conference. As I told her, my mother was no more. The atmosphere of the classroom changed completely. Some supported me. In fact, many changed the way they viewed me. You see, I got inspiration from many people, but one that made the most impact and stuck was Malala Yousafzai. She was just 11 years old when she started her journey, a couple years older than me. She was denied her basic right to education, became a refugee with her family, and the biggest setback of all was surviving a gunshot at her head. I'm sure she never imagined it would get as rough and tough as it did, but with courage and determination, she pulled through. Her passion story of survival bolstered her fame globally. After reading her story, rising up became quite easy. I set targets for myself and achieved them with ease. I learned to embrace positivity and started to smile more. The love shown to me by family and friends made me realize that I can come out of any challenges as a winner. If there's one thing I would like to say to you today, it's to never give up. Use your circumstances to create a difference. Look, there's never a smile when going through tough times, but that's what makes you who you are. That's what makes me Abigail today. Well, now I join events that have to do with helping others. I contribute during the charity week we have in school and help others become better versions of themselves in their endeavors. Never forget that we can go on to become the change we want to see in society. Whether circumstances favor or not, your action is a gift. The ability and courage to act is a skill, but the willingness to act is your choice. I have also learned to show love to others, whether I know their predicament or not. And that's how you bounce back after a loss. Thank you.